What's going on? Welcome back to Normal Baseball's 2023 Will Be series. Today we're doing the Texas Rangers. Let's get into it. What's going on? Welcome back to yet another episode of the Normal Baseball 2023 Team Projection Will Be series. Today we are doing what was I about to say? Today we are doing the Texas Rangers, a team that made a lot of moves this offseason, has a very promising future this year, and I'm excited to talk about them today. So what we did is we ranked every team in baseball based on 7 different categories, 1 to 10 in each category, and we added the sums, and that's how we made our power rankings. And the 7 categories are lineup, bench, defense, rotation, bullpen, coaching, and energy. And the Texas Rangers we found to be the 15th best team in baseball and the 9th best team in the American League, based on all-around stats. So those 7 different categories that we said.
All-around stats based on our opinions and projections.
Yes. So yeah, we're going to be talking about them today.
Yeah. You want to jump right into it?
Yeah, let's jump right into it. So starting with their lineup, we gave their lineup an 8.1 out of 10, the highest we've seen so far. And I'm going to be honest, I think it's justified. The fact that you have Marcus... Okay, so let me read the lineup first. But Second base, Marcus Semien. Shortstop, Corey Seager. First base, Nathaniel Lowe. Right field, Adolis Garcia. Catcher, Jonah Heim. Left field, Robbie Grossman. Third base, Josh Jung. DH, Brad Miller. Center field, Leody Taveras. I tried to wrap it a little bit. I don't know if that kind of worked. Anyway.
Sure, we'll put a beat on it.
Having Marcus Semien and Corey Seager at the top of the lineup, and especially as your middle infield, is incredible.
That's an all-star, that's
middle of the infield. Those two could very well start the All-Star game this year.
Yep. And for years to come, honestly, they're very good.
They are incredible. I think it's up there with the best middle infield in baseball. I think it might be the best when they're both on. They kind of had opposite seasons last year. Corey Seager was really good in the beginning of the season, and then second half wasn't as good. Semien was not as good in the first half of the season and was really good in the second half of the season. Oh my god, I just mixed up those words a lot.
Yeah, really bad.
Seager was good in the first, not as good in the second. Semien was good in the second, not as good in the first. There we go. But those two at the top of your lineup or anywhere in your lineup, incredible. I think Corey Seager and Marcus Semien are going to have big years this year. I'm excited.
Yeah, it will be fun to watch them be the powerful 1-2 punch that we have come to know them on separate teams to be. And obviously, first year in Texas for them last season did not completely go as planned. You know, they did kind of underperform at certain parts of the year, as Alex has said. However, this is, I think, a much better year for them to put it all together and hopefully be hot at the same time.
Yeah, being hot at the same time is a big part of the winning formula for this Rangers team. Not to mention, they still have other guys who, when they're playing well, can be very, very good. Nathaniel Lowe had an amazing season last year. He batted .300. He was just one of the more underrated first basemen in baseball. I love that for them. Adolis Garcia is a stud. He is going to be good next season as well, I believe. I think he'll maybe be either around the same or maybe take a step back, but either way, it's still a very quality bat to have in the lineup. And defensively too. Jonah Heim, I have already said in our catcher episode, I think he is going to take a step up this year. He's still got time. He's young. He's 27. He can still step up and become a very, very good catcher.
Yeah, there's a world where he makes an impact at a higher level.
Yeah. I think that could happen this season.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Robbie Grossman is a guy who they just picked up recently. He is going to probably be their left fielder this season. Picked him up on a 1-year deal. Interesting switch hitter. Was decent with the Braves, not anything crazy,
He was
not great.
What the
He
Braves
really wasn't great.
expected to get out of him.
No, not at all. But the Rangers just needed another outfielder, and I think that does work.
Yeah,
as an outfielder.
for sure.
Brad Miller was last season. Brad Miller was he was in 80. He only played 81 games, but he batted .212. So he also was not what they expected to get from him. They expected what he did in the past couple of years, which was a lot significantly better than what he did last year. So maybe he can get back to that. I'd say the top half of the lineup really, really carries it.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think that this line, like the team and the organization, have very high hopes. However, I think we're here to humble them a little bit, as we did only have them 15th, which is actually the midpoint of all of the teams in the power ranking.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
But when you look at parts of their teams,
It makes sense.
it makes sense. Yes. There is a world in this line where this lineup clicks perfectly, and everyone just kind of has a really good season.
Yeah, for sure.
Which I think is a big part of the 8.1. I mean, their big guys are big. Like the top four can carry a team to a good amount of wins when on. We want to move on to their bench.
Of course.
So their bench, we gave their bench a 6.6 out of 10. Mitch Garver, Mark Mathis, Josh Smith, and Clint Frazier as a non-roster invitee.
Jackson. For sure. He goes by Jackson now. Trust me, I'm a Frazier super fan.
Okay. But yeah, no, it's a pretty good bench considering Mitch Garver is a good guy to have on your bench, good backup catcher. And if Jonah Heim is really that bad, then they can move him back into the starter, but I don't think that's going to happen. Josh Smith is another guy who I would keep your eye out for. Think there's some potential there.
Trade piece from the Joey Gallo trade.
Yeah, they're finally getting some return. I think keep your eye out for him.
Yeah,
that's all I'm going to say.
He projects to be a very, very good bench guy to start his career, and hopefully if he's given an opportunity, I think he can take it and run with it.
Yeah, same thing with Frazier. I think take the opportunity and run with it.
Yeah.
That is if he makes the opening day roster, which there's really no guarantee. So a couple guys, you can see them go as a non-roster invitee and be like, they're going to be on their opening day roster. Clint Frazier, not too sure if he's going to be on their opening day roster.
Yeah, I am rooting for Jackson Frazier to have an opportunity because I think he does deserve it, especially with how his last couple seasons have went. I think Texas might be the greatest place for him to choose to, steady at his feet and build a solid foundation on which he can build, hopefully, the latter part of his career on.
Yeah, I called him Clint again on accident. That's my fault.
Yep.
It's going to take some getting used to. Yoshi Satsugo is another guy. They have non-roster invitee, spring training, fighting for a spot. Joe McCarthy, non-roster invitee. The bench, not much else to talk about. They're just good bench pieces. You have to take into account we're not rating them as if they were in the starting lineup. We're rating them as bench pieces. So I think that does work out pretty well. And I think 6.6 is fair.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Moving on to their defense, we gave their defense a 7 out of 10. There's nothing incredible. Corey Seager's a good defender. Bad at double plays, which I said earlier.
Yeah.
Marcus Semien is a good defender.
That'll be fun. Adolis Garcia in right field, I like.
Adolis Garcia is a very good defender. He's always been a good defender since he came.
Yep.
Jonah Heim is a very good defender, one of the best defenders in baseball when it comes to catchers.
For sure.
In terms of framing runs. Very good framer. The arm is not great, but his framing is very, very good. I'm very high on that. So, good defense all around.
Yeah, for sure.
Moving on. We're kind of firing through this.
We are. I'm enjoying this.
The Texas Rangers are a very fire-throughable team.
I mean, but
this is
we're about to hit the fun part, yeah.
Their starting rotation, 8.5 out of 10, one of the highest we've seen so far. We got Jacob deGrom, Martin Perez, John Gray, Nathan Eovaldi, Andrew Heaney. Very excited to see this rotation, to say the very least.
Yeah, I will.
Jacob deGrom, I just wanted to kind of say really quick how they got each guy. Jacob deGrom, obviously, Mets free agent, wasn't going back. They signed him to a 5-year, $185 million contract. Could be looked at as a bit ballsy, a bit out there, in case he gets injured a lot, because we know he does get injured a lot. Nathan Eovaldi, a guy who they took from the Red Sox on a 2-year deal, $34 million deal. And then finally, Andrew Heaney. They picked up from the Dodgers. He was very good last season. 2 years, $25 million.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
I want to point out the fact that this rotation has the potential to literally, like, there could be days, depending on who they're playing, where there could possibly be not a single run scored on their starting pitching for an entire series. Like, these guys, Jacob deGrom, Martin Perez, Nathan Eovaldi, could very easily in a 3-game series absolutely shut down some of the best offenses in baseball. Andrew Heaney had a resurgence of his career last year with the Dodgers, so I would assume that the Rangers are looking to get that same sort of production out of him. As for Jon Gray, very much a wild card. Everyone thought that now that he was out of Coors last year, that his numbers would go down a lot. They did, but not as much as you would have wanted to see if you were a Texas Rangers fan. I'm very much looking forward to the starting pitching core. It's going to look really good.
Yeah, Jon Gray, like you said, had a 3.96 ERA last year, which was
down.
Significantly down. It was down almost, not almost a full point, but 4.95 the year before. So it was very significantly down, but not maybe people thought that he was going to have like a 3 ERA, but like that's just not the
people
case.
Were definitely in on Jon Gray as an absolute elite pitcher. Just the problem was that he played in Coors, which is a very run-friendly environment. However, I am the bearer of bad news, and I'm the bearer of bad news.
Oh, okay.
And I think that it's so much as he is not the pitcher that people had hyped him up to be when he was stuck in Colorado.
Yeah, I agree, but I still think he's a really good pitcher.
Oh,
I think he'll be a quality pitcher in this rotation. Not to mention Martin Perez can sling it with just about anybody.
First off, blown away that he accepted the qualifying offer. I think that must mean that he wants to be a part of something special. And when a player openly opts in to coming back to your organization without seeing what else is out there, that says something about your organization, and it says something about the player and what is going on in that organization.
Yeah, that says a lot.
A quick little payday. It's just under $20 million for 1 year of time for Martin Perez, who is looking to have another great season because he did really have a good one last year.
He did. He had a good season last year, especially coming off 2021, which was also a bad season for him. Yeah. Like, coming off that to have a good season this year is really nice for him. Last season had a 2.89 ERA. Pitched almost 200 innings in 32 games. If he can do that again, no complaints from any Rangers fan. No complaints from the Rangers. Nothing. That is amazing if he can do that.
Agreed. I'm looking forward to it. I think that this starting rotation is going to be one of the better ones in baseball, and I'm excited because they're in the AL West. You're going to see them against the Astros. You're going to see them against the Mariners, against the Angels, and every team plays every team now. We get to see them pitch against, like, the Mets. They're coming here to Citi Field in mid-July, which will be fun. Definitely want to try to get to one of those games. I think they play on the road against the Dodgers, which, not too sure on how the Dodgers lineup looks right now, but it's the Dodgers.
They're going to be playing big lineup teams often. Like, this pitching staff will have its challenges, especially, like you said, being in that AL West. They are going to be tested a lot, and I think the biggest question for this pitching staff is, will Jacob deGrom be able to stay healthy?
Yes.
You think so?
I'm just going to say yes, because the whole he can't stay healthy thing has only been a thing for the past couple of years. Let me just pull up his
since
baseball
19
reference here. Yeah, since 2019, in all reality, like even then, he still won a Cy Young. So really, you can look back to only 2020, where he only pitched in 12 games, but then you realize
12 games COVID season.
that's the
full
COVID
season.
season. That's a full season. 2021, he was an All-Star, pitched in 15 games. Yes, they were probably the first 15 games of the season that he pitched. Still had 146 strikeouts over 15 games. Like, it really is I have to say it because it's a very false narrative that I feel like it was mostly just how intense Mets fans were, especially after Steve Cohen coming in to the team, that like you needed this guy and everyone was rooting for this guy, but it always felt like he wasn't there when you needed him most.
Right, that's the biggest thing. He wasn't there when it mattered. He could throw for the first 15 games of the season, but since he's throwing 100 miles an hour every pitch, his arm blows out. So that's the biggest injury-prone argument.
Well,
that is a fair argument.
Let's also just say Mets medical staff, moment of the year.
Yes, but when you're throwing 100 miles an hour every single fastball, every single game, you're bound to get blown out at some point, and that has happened both years.
Yeah.
Which is why that narrative is there. So hopefully he can. I want to say tone it down, but at the same time, don't tone it down. Keep going. I just want to see him stay healthy.
He will. I feel as if the change of scenery, the fact that from the reports that have come out of how it came to be that he was signing with the Rangers, of him sitting down with the owners and everything and talking about it, it felt as if he's very committed and he's very excited. You watch his press conference, he is smiling ear to ear. Is that just because he got absolutely paid?
He did get paid.
But you also have to remember, he's a professional athlete who genuinely is one of the best competitors, like most passionate competitors in the game of baseball when healthy.
Passionate?
Yeah,
he's very composed.
He doesn't show it, but he wants to, I feel as if he always wants to be out there every game if he could and compete at this high level, and that's why he pitches with such intensity. I'm looking forward to him having a fresh start in a Texas Rangers uniform. Looking forward to it.
Oh, me too. I'm definitely forward to him having a fresh start in a Rangers uniform. I want to see him kind of flip the narrative. The whole, what's going on here? Flip the whole narrative.
Let's go Rangers, baby.
How would you not?
How did I not put this on? I don't know.
You're also not in shot.
Oh, let's go Rangers, baby.
Okay.
I'll put this on right now.
Yeah, but DeGrom, I'm looking forward to seeing him pitch for the Rangers, and I'm sure every Rangers fan watching this is very excited.
Yeah, even people who are not Ranger fans are probably excited.
Yeah.
I'm talking about by the way.
But yeah, let's get to their bullpen. Their bullpen was not as high. Their bullpen, we gave them a 6.4 out of 10. It's not a great bullpen.
Not at all.
There's no names, and Jose Leclerc exists.
We've been hearing. I feel like I've been hearing his name over and over and over again as, watch out, it's the young guy who's coming. He's almost 30 years old now.
Yeah, but when you look at it, I mean,
he's good, but
2.83 ERA. I mean, as a reliever, yes, but 10.2 Ks per 9.
What's his whip?
His whip, not on here, so can't tell you that right now.
Rats.
I can actually look. Hold on, let's look.
Let's look.
Whip was looking like a.
Did you say what we gave them?
1.133. Yes, I did.
Okay, good.
1.133 whip for Leclerc. But yeah, there's nothing special about the bullpen. I think that's really all that needs to be said. There's really Taylor Hearn is a name. Like, they have some names, but nothing crazy. Joe Barlow, just nothing crazy. That's all
I think that if there were to be any shortcomings with the Texas Rangers this season, I think the number one thing that you can always point to is going to be their bullpen.
Yeah, that's their weak point for sure. Cool story, Danny Duffy, in their bullpen.
Oh yeah, wow.
As a non-roster invitee.
I feel as if he'll make it.
Probably. One can only assume.
Yep.
And then they're missing Brett Martin, who had shoulder surgery just last month, so he probably won't be back for a while. Yeah. Moving on to their coaching. We gave them a 7.1. They just hired Bruce Bochy as their coach, which is a very good signing in my opinion. He's a winner. He won a lot with the Giants. So I really like that, and that's kind of what I based my my number on.
That's exactly. I would agree with you with that. I think he's a winner who wants to coach a winning club.
Not much else to it.
Not much else to it.
For their energy, we gave them a 6.1 out of 10. There are some guys on this team who would provide energy, but like at the same time, when you look at some of them other guys in their lineup and even their rotation, it's just kind of very
They
stern.
bring negative energy.
Yeah, it's just kind of stern. Like DeGrom. DeGrom, I would argue, does not. He brings energy, but not necessarily shows energy.
Could this be New Leaf DeGrom? Are we gonna get?
No.
Are we gonna get some fun stuff out of him?
No.
I don't know.
We are getting straight-faced. I almost said DeGrom. We are getting straight-faced DeGrom all season, and I don't really mind. So
We'll see. We'll see. But definitely the number for their energy definitely warranted. They, like Alex just said, have guys who can provide it and have guys who actually take it away at points. So it'll be fun to watch them.
Yeah.
It'll be fun to watch them, as will every team.
yeah, so total, if you're counting, we gave them a 49.8 out of the possible 70 points. Like I said, 15th best in baseball and 9th best in the American League. Lewis, do you have a rookie report?
Of course. And it's actually a guy that we mentioned earlier when we were talking about their lineup. Josh Jung, third baseman, going to be starting opening day, hopefully, for the Texas Rangers. He was ranked 34th by the MLB in their top 100 prospects in this upcoming, for the 2023 season. 25-year-old kid who looks as if he can be really good. Last season he played in rookie ball and then went to AAA, where he batted .266 with an .866 OPS. Well, he only struck out 35 times over the course of how many games here? 31 games. But he did also spend some time at the big league level. Very, very short amount of time. He only played 26 games. And he looked okay. 204 batting average and .653 OPS is what people would say not the best numbers. But for a rookie who only got 26 games, 26 times to run out there and give it your all, I'm very high on him. And I think that now that he will be given a full season's load, I think he's going to look really, really good. And genuinely, could we be talking about him in the Rookie of the Year race come the end of the season? I'm saying yes.
There's a world.
I'm saying yes.
I'm not going to go that far as to say yes, just
I'm
because I
going
don't
to be
know.
very high on him, and I'm going to trust in his ability.
Okay, there you go. Good for you.
Thank you. Clap it up.
Thank you
Clap
for
it
the
up
review.
Josh Jung.
Josh Jung.
Jung.
Rookie report. Yeah, so let's get to the fun part now. The Rangers, MVP hitter and MVP pitcher. Let's do it. Lewis, who will be the Rangers MVP hitter this season?
Corey Seager.
Okay, I'm going to go with Marcus Semien.
All right, I like that.
I'll go with the other side of the coin.
Nice little middle infield duo.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so who do you think will be their MVP pitcher? MVP pitcher for the 2023 season.
Jacob DeGrom.
All right,
I have to.
Okay, I am also going to go with Jacob
As much
DeGrom.
as I want to go Heen Dog, I'll go with DeGrom.
Fair enough. I'm also going to go Jacob DeGrom. Yes, it might be chalk. When he's healthy, he is the most dominant pitcher in baseball, and there's no changing that.
This team's projected to win 79 games next season. You think they'll win more or less?
Over. Give me. I'll call an exact number. Ready? Hold on. Let me think. 87. 87 games.
Okay.
87 games.
You heard it here first. Now, the best part of the episode, I'm going to say the Rangers will be, and you will tell me what place the Rangers will be in the AL West next season. Lewis, the 2023 Texas Rangers will be in.
Third place? Or did I put the Angels there already?
You put the Angels there.
Let's move the Angels down one. And put the Rangers in third.
So third place.
Yep.
All right.
I apologize for the inconvenience.
Very inconveniencing.
Yep.
I'm going to also say third place because
Okay.
I put the Angels in fourth to begin with.
All right.
All right, perfect. Well, Rangers fans, let's go Rangers.
Let's go
Love the Rangers.
Let's go Rangers, baby.
Thank you guys for watching, listening, viewing, commenting, subscribing, sharing, following. Remember, you guys know your teams better than we know your teams. And yeah, we will see you guys next time. Peace.
Woo!